Coach, another week, man.
Another week, man.
Starting to feel like fall in the air.
Love it.
Starting to feel like a fall in the air. Coach, everybody in the state been talking about that game the other night. What a battle between 57-50, maybe one of the best high school football games people talking about ever seen. That was an awesome night.
Might have been too exciting. I'm glad we came out on the winning end though. But it was a great night for football. Both teams brought great fan support, great atmosphere, a lot of great football players, and we were just we were lucky to come out on the winning end of the stick. Scott County's a great football team, and if all works out, we might be happy to see those guys again before it's over.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, 5A District 6. I mean, there's four teams out of the top 10 in the RPI in the state or in the district. So, I mean, I think it just goes to show, we say this every year, I mean, you make it through that district, it's competitive every day.
It gets you ready. Like I said, Cons is great now that the Gooden kids back, and South Oldham is good because just the offense they play. And Coach Buchanan, Anderson County, they haven't won, but he's done a good job at kind of ramping up their program, and so they're going to do what they do, man. So we're playing a great district.
Yeah, no doubt. And just I know we were talking maybe some right after the game. I mean, in terms of that was one of the largest home crowds that we've had in a number of years. I think one of those Franklin games or that South Warren game, I mean, right up there in that top 3 on the size of the crowd.
No, we appreciate it, and the gate said so as well as the AD, so that was really good. But we appreciate all the support. Our fans came out. It was homecoming. I appreciate all our students coming in. They stayed probably to about the third quarter, so we definitely appreciate them. But the fan support was phenomenal, and it was a game of last second, and it was a great way to end a Friday night.
You think about that game, and it took every point. I mean, Darian Tomlin had a huge game, over 188 yards, I think, had 4 touchdowns. Big, huge night for him, and I thought the offensive line gave him some great holes.
No, I think offensively we're clicking on all cylinders, but I think that was Darian's really, some college coach from the building got a chance to see what he could really do. He's been injured the last 2 years, so he got a chance to put his skills on display. Our O-lines played really good all year. They pass pro extremely well. We're able to run the ball for over 200 yards, so we were able to play balanced football. And it's those guys that work really well together. Good group. Every day we have an offensive team meetings. I always a lot of joking, but when it's time to get down to business, those from the linemen to the quarterback to our receivers guys, we have a good group of offensive guys, and they work well together.
Yeah, and Fox comes out, has throws for another. I think he also had 350 in the game. Amari had another 2. Jalen had another big game. I saw Amari as I was walking out. I think he's had 10 touchdowns last year. Already had 10 this year. I told him 20 is the new 10.
Absolutely, it's just the new 10. We need them all.
But those guys are just awesome seeing them how they showcase the talent, and then our defense. I mean, having that high-powered of an offense to put that up that goal line stand, it showed a lot of grit at the end of that game.
It did, and I was supposed to tell people it's not you remember by the last play, right? And we were able to get that stop when we needed to, and we didn't flinch, and probably 3 of the better defensive plays on that last series, man, were made then. But that offense it's hard to deal with, and with Timmy back there, man, and he reminds me of the spread, the kid that went to Western Hills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's
Rondell
that type of
Robinson.
He's that type of kid, man. So he makes that offense go. But then, like I said, it's hard to stop. And so hopefully, our defense learned a lot from that game this week. Hopefully, we can get back to kind of basic stuff and be able to bounce back.
And you think of it, so all that offensive firepower, making that stop, but then, I mean, special teams. Yeah. David Jones, a young guy, has so much talent. He comes in and makes 2 big plays in that game that made a difference.
2 huge plays that on people. The onside kick, and he got it at 8, and really it was business as usual, like a shortstop. And then he goes down when they muff the punt, and he goes down and recovers it, takes it away from the guy, and so that'll enable us to score again. And so he made 2 big plays. We've had those kids all year. Different type of kids make plays, and Jones is going to be a phenomenal receiver.
Absolutely.
Had a great game the week before against Collins, but he's going to be able to get on display at some point while he's here. But he's making his mark not on special teams, which helps our team out a ton.
No, it's that third part of the game that you can look back, you can lose games on special teams, but also a chance to secure a win and being able to do that. So now, get ready for Coach Buchanan won a lot of football games in the state of Kentucky. I know somebody your dad had a lot of respect for too, and is continues to build that program. They'll come out ready to fight.
Well, they gave us a great game last year. If you remember the game, they drove it down our throat a few times in the first half, and it was a very competitive game. I was telling our guys that if they don't fumble and we take a scoop at 90 yards, it's probably maybe a 6-point, 7-point game at halftime. So I have a great respect for him. He's been able to turn around programs and sustain winning programs. And so I told our guys going down there, we got to be ready to go play because, everybody at this point in the season, you know who you are, but he always has a lot of wrinkles, and he's been in the game for 30 years, has a bunch of good assistants, so we got to be ready to play.
Yeah, no doubt. Dennis, I think the one thing I would encourage people in the community, get to know these guys on this team, because there is a great group of kids that's within the, on Thursday nights. I know I can just speak for in my house. We have 15 or 20 of them meet for a player-led Bible study every Thursday night. If I think, the folks from over at St. Leo's had JoJo and who else was a part of that this week, come back and just talk about the impact that they're having. I mean, you hear about kids, Sam Hash starting the Special Olympics. I mean, there's great stories coming from this. So I would just encourage everybody in the community, get to know these guys. They're doing a lot of great things, and you see it every day.
Every day, man. These kids are great kids, and we always got to remember the 14, 18-year-old kids who we're trying to mature and to be young adults. And so, guess what? We're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes. At my age right now, you make mistakes.
Oh,
for sure. But these are good kids to the core, like I said, and we're trying to raise them. We want to be good character student athletes, and I think we have a bunch of those. Now, are we perfect all the time? Absolutely not. But I love my group of kids. They love each other. They take care of each other. And we're going to try to be great sportsmen and go out there and win football games.
Yeah, it was Diego and JoJo that went back and did that, and just that examples of people at elementary schools or at other schools that are looking to bring those players in and be leaders, and you see examples of it all the time. So appreciate it and what you and the staff are doing with that, because at the end of the day, the football thing only lasts so long. We're trying to raise good men here.
Good man. I want them to come back in 20 years and help us coach and be on the sideline with their families. That's what I tell them at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We're very competitive. We want to win, right? When we go out on Friday nights, there's a scoreboard for both teams, but we want to raise, I think every coach in the country that's coaching middle school, high school kids wants to raise good young men.
That's right.
They're 14 to 18-year-old, and it's our job to try to help prepare them for life after sports.
That's absolutely right. Well, let's get everybody to come across Tyrone Bridge.
The bridge.
Let's cross over into Anderson County on Friday night. Our crowd, our away crowds have been traveling huge, man. And so, let's get a good crowd over there. We continue. We'll have the Anderson game and then Ballard time, and playoffs are right around the corner. I know it's one game at a time.
And I encourage everybody to come out Saturday. Our JV's playing in the championship at Dunbar 5:30 versus Corbin. So let's get a big crowd over there, support those kids. They're undefeated. We've been back-to-back undefeated for our freshman JV team, and so we want to get those people over there Saturday too. But come out Friday, come out Saturday. Let's have a good time.
Yeah, and I mean, you just think about football in the county. Our 7th grade team just won the Bluegrass Conference. Our 7th and 8th grade team just won their first 2 playoff games. Our youth teams continue to be at the top of that 127 division, and so a lot of us say all the time, I mean, football matters here, but there's a lot of bright future here in the county.
Absolutely, it's a lot of support and all those guys, and I can think the proof's in the pudding. We got a lot of great people who work together to make this thing happen, and so we're just all products of great families and great kids, and so come out and support these kids, man. It's a great time.